Hey everybody, welcome back. How you doing? Hope your Saturday is going as well as mine did. After the show this morning, got to go grab something to eat, and then I took a nap. So, yeah, my afternoon was pretty good. Now I'm getting ready for big wrestling pay-per-view. But before that, I wanted to do this little live stream here to thank Rob Brown for a wonderful AOK package he sent me. And we're going to show some of his work and everything. And I'm looking forward to taking a peek inside some of these here. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So I'm glad we had a chance to do this. So let's check out the peanut gallery. We got, hey, Jackson Roy Kirk is here. Hey, naps are good. You got that, brother. Man, I live with a nap every day. I love it. Oh my gosh. And hippies collectibles. What? You again? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to look at this ugly mug for a little while longer anyway. Hey, he says, hi to Jackson. And Jackson says, I'm too excited to nap since becoming the nut of the day. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun putting together I love putting together the nut of the day videos. Sometimes the right thing strikes me and it goes really cool and really fast. Sometimes I struggle a little bit trying to come up with an idea because sometimes my brain just don't have it. But that one there, when I saw that character pop up on my image search, I said, "Oh, I know that character." Um, Now I can't think of where he was from, but I said, "Yeah, I got to do that." That would, and then of course the whole thing with Eric Breen and it just played into it perfect. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed being the nut of the day. And he says, "Hey, hippie." So, all right. Well, I'm going to show. Like I said, AOK package that I received from Rob Brown, one of our illustrious Peanut Gallery members, and he has done a lot of professional work. And boy, wait do you see this stuff? It is incredible. Very, to me, it's reminiscent of stuff like Wrightson, Bernie Wrightson. That just the style with the detail to it and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to getting into it. So, let's see. All righty. And I got some other stuff that I'm going to show. Some recent pickups that I got from the comic store. They're modern books. There's still a few readable books out there. So, and picked up a little Funko Pop. I'll share that with you as well. I think that's probably about all I got right now. But all right. So let's get into this package. I was talking with Rob on his Facebook through Messenger on Facebook, and he had told me to watch out for a package coming my way. Well, Mister, didn't that get the old jelly beans in the stomach hopping? Because I was like, oh man, uh, this ought to be really really cool. And Mister, it was. I'll show you the first couple of things he put in there. He knows that I am a wrestling fan, as most of you do, who follow along on Saturday mornings. And so he sent me a couple issues of this. This is from Chaos Comics in the WWF. This is back from 1999, and it's the Undertaker book series. And he did the cover on this. I believe he did the artwork on the cover because it's signed right down here. Look at that artwork, man. Undertaker never looked so cool. Very, very cool indeed. And I did not pick these up when I was in the store at that time. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. Probably because I was watching my budget for comics at that time. So, and they got his brother Kane is in there as well. So pretty nifty. Very, very cool. So, but yeah, the cover by Rob is awesome. Look at that. That one was issue number 6 of the Undertaker magazine. I want to put this where it's not going to fall down or get damaged here. And he sent me another issue, number 8. Another cover that he did. Right up close to that stuff. He autographed this one right there, Reb. Thank you so much, Rob. Incredible stuff. And what else we got in here? Some of the interior artwork, which I believe on this, it says Manny Clark, illustrator, which I believe was the same one on the interior of that one. But just some incredible stuff. Good stories. So, but yeah, look at that. That is awesome. Cool beans. All right. And then he said, show this next. This is a piece of, looks like promotional artwork type of thing, of Bane of the Werewolf, which I'll be showing. Just incredible. The details. Like I said, to me, it's very reminiscent of Wrightson with the style. Very cool. Bane of the Werewolf. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. Thank you very much, Rob. And this, he posted, I believe he posted some artwork I think he did on this, or it might have been the artwork for this cover on his Facebook page, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, check this out. Bela Lugosi's Tales from the Grave. Dun, dun, dun. It's just, I love that. Takes me right back. You see this? It takes me back. Used to love watching the old Universal monster movies. They used to show them late at night on Channel 5 out of Boston here with a guy by the name of Simon. And it was Simon Sanctorum. And he was like a horror host type of thing. And he'd come up out of a coffin and whatnot. But it was pretty cool. And, you know, I'd be out there in the living room in the dark watching these things. And great stuff. I love all those Universal monster movies. You know, obviously Frankenstein, Wolfman, Dracula, The Mummy, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Hunch, you know, all those great classics. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. I love that one. I just watched that one about a couple of years ago. I just saw that again. So there we go. Inside the interior art. This gives you just a rundown of the stories. And it's by several different. It says the artist this issue: Henry Mayo, Nick Paluco. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. Benton Jew, Kerry Gamble, Mike Hoffman, Joe Ferrari, and Rob Brown. So some of the interior from the book. I'm really interested in sitting down and being able to see the mummy's ring and reading these stories. Very cool. Very cool. Another story in there. Second to none. And let's see here. And there we go. Those kids from Vlad 7. Sounds like a space, a science fiction sitcom. Those kids from Vlad 7. And then in the back it says The Further Adventures of Dr. Vornoff and Lobo by Joe Ferrari. The Halloweeners. It looks like it's done with like Mego like dolls, figures. Very cool. There we go. Try to get that right. So there we go. Pretty neat. And you got a little pin up here on the back. At first glance, I thought this was Poison Ivy, but it's not. It is Nosferina. Nosferina. But once again, check out this cover, man. Tremendous work. That is so cool. That is almost like a photo. To me, it's almost as clear as a photo right there. Incredible lighting, shading. Those eyes, man, those piercing eyes. That is incredible work. Thank you so much, Rob. Again, appreciate that. And now we come to this right here. Classic horror comics. The Origin of a Werewolf. Curses, Warlocks, Gypsy Witches. This is number 1 of Bane of the Werewolf. Look at that. And it's a little bit bigger than your average comic size. So here we go. We'll size them right up here. So you can see it's magazine size. So it's awesome. Very cool. So there we go. Another great piece of artwork on the cover. Interior. Dun, dun, dun. Incredible stuff. And it's got like a little prelude written by Rob there. on the Bane of the Werewolf. A real classic never dies. So true. And he signed it right there. Awesome, awesome. Thanks again. But the artwork in this is incredible. Look at that. That poor fellow there, he's not having such a great day. Just the details in it. Incredible. Incredible stuff, man. Look at that. Very neat. Very cool. Arg. Holland. Very cool. No, I love this. I did see this page earlier. Look at this, the transformation. Incredible. That is so cool. Awesome. You did tremendous work in this, Rob. Awesome stuff, man. Another nice full page right there. He's got that guy right up over him. Incredible. Come on, come on. There we go. Great stuff. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Rob. Really appreciate that, man. Great work. It always amazes me, folks with this kind of talent, to be able to draw, because I've always loved to draw myself, but I never had the talent to do it. And to be able to just the idea that people can come up with an idea in their head and then visualize it onto paper and be able to draw stuff like this. It boggles my mind. You want a static pose? Yeah, I could draw a static pose of just a superhero standing there or whatever. But an action stuff like this, just never had the knack for it. I tried, I just never could. And it just makes me really, really, truly admire those who have that ability to be able to do that. And Rob is definitely one of them. Absolutely. He is reborn. Rah. Resurrection. Awesome stuff. I love the back cover too. It's all black except for old Frankie. That just the shading on it. That's just cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Bane of the Werewolf. Thank you so much, Rob. I really appreciate it, sir. I hope you get a chance to see this, and I really do appreciate the package you sent me, and this is incredible stuff, man. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, let's see what's going on in the chat. All righty. Where did I leave off? Goes way back up here, I think. I think right here, Hippie says Rob is very good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Without a doubt. He posts a lot of work that he's done on his Facebook page. And Mr. You think this stuff is good? You ought to see some of the stuff he posts on there. Incredible stuff. Really, really. If you get a chance to definitely go check him out on Facebook, it's incredible stuff. And it just, I'm envious, you know, because like I said, I wish I had that kind of talent, you know, just to be able to put something that I picture in my head onto a piece of paper and make it look the way I wanted it to look. I couldn't do it. Paulo Costa, hey Paulo, how you doing? Hey Rob, what you got there? This was an AOK package from fellow Peanut Gallery member Rob Brown. So he's done professional work from Marvel, and he's done some more. I seen he did. He sent Shannon a package too, and he sent him a Malibu comic of the Protectors, which I love that series too. So he's done work for them. He's just done some incredible work, and I was just showing what he sent me. Tremendous AOK. Really appreciate it. So just sharing it with the rest of you out there. Hippies Collectible says Chaos Comics. Did Brian Pulido write it? Let's see. Which one was that? Chaos Comics. That would be the two Undertakers. So let's see. Let's just see. What is his name? Brian Pulido. Brian Pulido. I do not see Brian Pulido's name in here. The writer was Bo Smith on this one. And let's see what issue number 6 says. And 6 was Bo Smith again. So it does not say Brian Pulido in there. Unfortunately for those Pulido fans. And Mr. Beckerman, hey, thank you very much. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, it really was. It's very, very nice, man. I'm always humbled when people think enough of you to send you something from their collection or something they did like this and stuff like that. I mean, it's just like I said, very humbling. You know, it just like our thing we do on Saturday morning. It's very humbling when we open up the doors to the Peanut Gallery and there's a ton of folks in there. It's very humbling that people would want to spend their time with us on a Saturday morning, you know, and for somebody to take the time to want to send something to you. I mean, that's really, I really appreciate that. And it really, really, it just shows you the type of people that are in this community and in this hobby. And it's, you can't, I'm at a loss for words. You know, it's very, very incredible and very, very humbling. And thank you so much. Hippies Collectibles, we had Zachary as our horror host. Yeah, I've never saw Zachary. I heard a lot about him, saw him in magazines and stuff like that. But the other fellow we had for a while in the early 70s, right after we got cable, was on Friday nights, and it was the Ghoul. And I believe he was out of Detroit or Cleveland. I can't remember which city he was out of, but he was funny. That was more of a goofy fun time than a straightforward horror host type of thing. But he was I really enjoyed that show, and I enjoyed that character, the Ghoul, and he had all kinds of crazy little skits and stuff, and it was low budget. You could tell it was so low budget, you know, but it didn't matter. That's what made it so appealing, I think, was It was just a low budget thing, you know, and it wasn't supposed to be. It didn't take itself very seriously. You know what I mean? So a lot of fun there. Hippie's also saying, too bad Monsterverse didn't last. They had some good stuff. The Monsterverse. Now, I thought the Monsterverse was going on with like Godzilla and King Kong and all that. I thought that was I thought that was the Monsterverse. Or are you talking more like what they were gonna do with what was it, the Mummy? I think it was. Because I thought the Monsterverse was now the Godzilla and King Kong universe type of thing. I'm curious if I'm if I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know. The Geeky Puppet Show, is it Saturday morning? Deja vu all over again. Jackson Roy Kirk says, yeah, the Geeky Puppet Show. Go back to sleep, he says. Paulo Costa says, it's Groundhog Day. There you go, the Geeky Puppet Show. Now, every time we wake up, we get Rod showing comics. Oh, no. That would be a nightmare, I know. Geeky Puppet Show, laughing at Paulo. And the Geeky Puppet Show also says, it feels like it. I'm eating turkey again. Oh, there you go. Oh, silly me. Rod's been streaming since this morning. He never stopped. Oh, yes, I did, mister, because I went and took a nap. I got me some grub after the show, and just like a cat in the sunshine, I just curled right up, took a nice little 2.5-hour nap. Nothing wrong with that. He says, we should talk about the weather while Rod talks about his books. It's cold in here. The end. Yeah, it's cold down here. I just started the wood stove about just about an hour ago now. So it's a little chilly, but it'll be warm in about another half hour or so. She'll be warm up there. 34 and gloomy here, he says Hippie out there. It's already dark here. Yeah, it's already dark up here. It gets dark by 5:30 now up here in Maine, you know, and it's just like it's part of the reason I'm not a big winter fan, aside from, excuse me, cold temperatures and shoveling snow and whatever else you can think of. To me, the only good thing about wintertime is Christmas. You know, you can get together with family. You can forget about all the stuff outside. But I'm not a big winter fan. I am a summertime guy, man. I like it a good 85, 90 if I could take it. The humidity sometimes gets a bit much when you're trying to sleep at night. But you know what? I'll take that over freezing cold any day of the week. Hippie says, hope I can find that Bane book. Yeah, I hope you can too, because it looks really good. I haven't read it yet. I'm looking forward to reading it probably tomorrow afternoon, realistically, because once I get off of here, I'm going to go order me a pizza, and then I'm going to watch a Survivor Series. Speaking of wrestling, I'm going to watch the Survivor Series tonight. So me and my daughter. So we're going to have a good time. Hippie's Collectibles is okay. Thanks, Rod. And Geeky Puppet Show. I've only seen Thriller, hosted by Bela Lugosi and Svengoolie. Now, Svengoolie is on, I think he's on tonight, every Saturday night, is it? I think. And he shows some good stuff. Again, he doesn't take himself too seriously, and he's pretty funny, some of the stuff they do on there and everything. Bela Lugosi, I'm not familiar with that one, with that person. So, and I don't watch Svengoolie, so if it's part of the Svengoolie show, I don't watch him too often. When I see Thriller mentioned, my first thought is the Boris Karloff TV show, which was very much like Twilight Zone type of thing. And I love those. In fact, I'm trying to find a way to get those on DVD. I've got to try and research more and see if they put them out. I think they did put them out on DVD, but I'd love to get that series. That's a really good one. It's going to be a thriller. Geeky Puppet says on Me TV. Yes, yep. Me TV is on in my house every day. Every day. Hippies Collectibles. That MonsterVerse is now associated with Toho Productions. Okay. All right. So they've shifted it from what like the Mummy and those. It's too bad because it would have been neat to see uh like a Dracula one. Although I haven't seen what's the new one, the Voyage of the Demeter, or the Curse of the Demeter, or something like that, with Nosferatu. I haven't seen that one yet, and I really want to see that because that looked really cool. But yeah, it would have been neat to see some remakes, modern takes on some of those monsters. And when I say modern takes, I don't mean in changing sensibilities or anything like that. I mean keep the monsters the same, but what they could do with the technology and the cinematic advancements that they've done, CGI if needed, and stuff like that. But I think it would have been really cool to see a modern day Frankenstein. I don't want my modern day Frankenstein, though, to look like a normal person. I want him to look like, you know, square head, Herman Munster, that's what I want. That's my Frankenstein, man. Werewolf. I think they could really do a wicked cool werewolf movie. I think, that would be really neat. A Creature from the Black Lagoon. That would be a neat one to see him do again, you know. Geeky Puppet Show. I'm freezing in summer, AC, and sweating in the winter with the furnace. No. See, I no longer have a thyroid. Lost my thyroid. It died when I was in high school. So it makes you cold. It regulates your body temperature and stuff like that. So for me, if it gets below 75, I'm cold, you know. So you can imagine being down here when it's, in the 40s or something, it gets cold down here. And right now my hands are very cold, you know. So I can relate to just the opposite of that. I love the summertime though, because the summertime, man, is so hot. I used to play softball, played softball for 25 years. And if it was a hot, muggy day, 85, 90, a muggy day, I'm like, give me a softball tournament. Let me play all day. I enjoyed that. Oh, it was so much fun to play in that. You kept your muscles loose and everything. You could do incredible stuff on the field. You know, just I just love it. And now because I'm getting old, I just don't like the cold. I don't want to have to deal with it. Wintertime always adds more to your everyday activities around here. Anyway, you know, I mean, you got to worry about ice, and you got to worry about snow, and you got to worry about cold, and your is a car going to make it through another winter? Your battery going to make it through one, those cold nights when it's, minus 17 3 days in a row? Is it going to, ruin your car battery? Going to need to get a new, all that stuff. I just don't want to. I'm in the wrong part of the country. Born and raised up here, but I'm in the wrong part of the country. I need to be like, I'd love to be in Arizona, but I guess the political climate would have to be a little different probably there. But I would love to be in Arizona, and where snow is a rumor to them, That's where I'd love to be. Geeky Puppet Show. Oh wait, I meant Boris. Oh, there you go, Boris. He says, I'm still so tired. I keep turning into your streams after a nap. Tuning into your streams. So it's like you're having a nightmare type of thing. And Geek Up, he says, The Voyage of the Demeter is better than Dracula. Well, I want to see that, and it is on my mental list to see. I'm just waiting for it to come on demand where I can get it at a decent price. And Hippie says, lived in Phoenix 26 years, moved near Buffalo 2 years ago. Okay, I'm curious, Hippie. I'm curious, Tom. Now, why did you move away from Phoenix and near Buffalo, where Buffalo is? I mean, that's got they get their share of snow up there. So I'm curious just to know why you would make that change if it's not because of weather reasons or whatnot. I'm curious because uh, I'm just I myself I couldn't see myself moving to a colder place. I just I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. He says he wanted to be near crime. Oh, I don't know about that. He says my son and his family live there. Okay, all right, absolutely. Nah, I understand. Absolutely. You loved Phoenix, yeah, yeah. I mean, what I hear about out there in Arizona, it's a dry heat. And up here in Maine in the summertime in New England, we get very humid heat. So I mean, you could be standing still and water be pouring off you just from just standing in the sun, you know. But you always hear about this dry heat, and I'm like, man, I think I could handle that. I really do. And then people say, I know it gets really hot there in the summertime, some really bad up there temperatures, but I still think I could handle that much better than I could the cold, especially with arthritis in my shoulders and stuff like that. So I'd love that was my goal was to I never got a chance to, and it's still on my bucket list. I want to go out to the Southwest, the Old West, uh, in Arizona, down where Tombstone is, that area, just to say I want to walk down that street, that historic street, where they walked those guys from history. It's just I want to ride a horse out there. I want to ride a horse out there. And I don't mean just ride in a circle where he's tied to a post. I mean, get on a horse and ride out in whether it's through the country or whatever, that's on my bucket list to do. There's just something in me that says I need to do that. I need to go out there to the Old West. Um, if there's such a thing as reincarnation, I think I was probably in the West at some point. It's just everything about it I like, and everything about it seems to fit me and and what I would want. I watch those old uh westerns, and everything like that, and I love watching all those old westerns. But the time then was a simpler time. Uh, People were more genuine, I think, and I think their word meant something, and everybody took their word seriously. If they said, "Hey, yeah, I'll be over, this weekend, and I'll help you. We'll do a barn, get your barn raised or something," like people did that, you know, and you don't see that in today's society. It's a very me oriented, what's in it for me society, for the most part. Not everywhere, not all the time, but a good portion of it, much more than I would care for. I just wish I could get back to the simple life like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, life was harder, a lot harder then, you know, but I think people appreciated it more, appreciated their work and what they accomplished more. Um, so I don't know. I'm just getting off on a little soapbox rant, I guess. But I'd love to someday. I hope to get out to Phoenix, get out to Arizona, get out to the Southwest, uh, or Southeast rather. I forgot which corner it's in, but I want to get to Tombstone, man. If he's laughing at me. Was easy to adapt. Really? Was it you found it easy to adapt when you went to, Buffalo, huh? Even though it had to be I mean, talk about that's a pretty diverse, uh, change right there, you know? Crazy. Geeky Puppet Show says, "Come visit Chicago. It's lovely this time of year. The gunshots are fewer due to the cold weather." Yeah, I know. You hear a lot of stuff about Chicago and the crime rates and stuff like that. And um, yeah, no, I live too close to Boston as it is, and I'm an hour away. And Boston, I know, isn't quite as bad as Chicago or some of the other big cities around the country, but it's just I'm not a big city guy. I'm a country guy, you know. I'm a country hick without a doubt. So I tend to stay away from the cities. You know, if I was going someplace, so if I was had to go to Boston, you know, I would make sure I was going to see a wrestling show or uh, go see a comic store, a store there. So Hippies Collectible says, "Been to Tombstone a couple of times. Not much has changed." Yeah, I just want to be there. I just want to go there, stand on that hollowed ground where so much history had happened there. Um, I don't know. For some reason, it means a lot to me. I don't know why. Um, but from the point I was a little kid, always wanted to be a cowboy. It was just a natural fit to me. He says, "Nope, Phoenix still trying to adapt here." Oh, okay. Phoenix. Okay. Yeah. It's still trying to adapt there. And okay, I understand now. Sorry about that. That was my mix up. August, double A. He says, "I noticed the Blue Beetle comic displayed behind you. Since the movie was a flop, do you prefer the comic?" My Blue Beetle, just right off the top, my Blue Beetle is always going to be Ted Cord. That's it. That's it. I don't care how many other Blue Beetles they have. I didn't. I enjoyed Dan Garrett. You know, um, and that's well, where I don't know where it is. I know it was here somewhere. But anyway, yeah, I like Dan Garrett, but Ted Cord was the Blue Beetle that I grew up with. Uh, as far as like the late 70s, because I didn't get any Charlton comics until like late 70s, and then in the 80s I was able to have expendable income, and when I hit shops, I was looking for uh, stuff like the Blue Beetle, Captain Atom, uh, Judo Master, those characters, which I didn't know that much about, other than hey, they're new heroes to me, you know. Like I was saying this morning, I saw the Blue Beetle last weekend, and the movie was okay for me. It was okay for what it was. It was the story of this new Blue Beetle, and it was fine. It entertained me. I loved the CGI. I loved the suit. Loved the CGI in the action figure. I mean, in the action scenes and stuff like that. Um, I wish there would have been more of Ted Cord in there. However, they did throw us old timers a few crumbs right at the very beginning when they start giving you a real brief montage of the history of the Blue Beetle with Dan Garrett, and then a little bit of Ted Cord, and then at the end, I don't know. Hopefully, there's a spoiler alert coming for a stinger scene. So if you don't want to know, tune away for about 30 seconds, starting now. At the end, they do the stinger scene where they show what looks to be the Beetle Cave. All right, and you hear Ted Cord's voice coming over this over a computer, and it's like makes it sound like he's lost somewhere, but he's trying to find his way back and stuff like that. Awesome. I marked out hard when I saw that, whatever it was, less than a minute, I think, but I marked out hard when I saw that. I'm like, yes, that's what I hope that leads to a movie where they show that. Now, with that being said, like I said, the movie is what it is, and it entertained me, so I accept it for what it is. That said, I would love to have a Ted Cord Blue Beetle movie or a Ted Cord Blue Beetle TV show. I just saw that they're talking about doing a Booster Gold TV show. If they do that, there's a chance we might see Blue Beetle, Ted Cord Blue Beetle put into that, which would be awesome. I would love that. Also, I just saw the trailer for the new animated DC animated movie, Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. It's going to be 3 parts. It's going to be in 3 parts. Part 1 comes out in January, and in the trailer they show a bunch of heroes, like you'd expect, and Ted Cord is one of them. And it's funny because Shannon and I had just talked last week or during the week saying that I had just found out about that, and I was hoping that Blue Beetle will be in it, and I hope he's in it for a good piece because I'd love to see that character in animation. I saw the little DC short. I thought it wasn't done that well. I thought the animation was very limited. So I didn't really care for it, but it was still cool to see the Blue Beetle and the Vision and the Question in a DC short. But this new one that comes out in January, I'm hoping that really, really does justice to the Crisis on Infinite Earths and doesn't just have the same 12 heroes in it. Show us all the heroes like they did in the comic. I'm hoping they do that because I would love to see some of them, So I guess that's a long answer, Double A, but hopefully I got there for you. Hippie says, I grew up in New Jersey. Oh, so you weren't too far out of New England then. So you know what it's like to have winters. You know what it's like. Yes, sir. Easy Comic Reader says, hey, everyone. Great to have you with us, ECR. Thank you so much. The Geeky Puppet Show, I'll be in Chicago later this December. There you go. And Paulo Costa says, come retire to Portugal. It rarely dips below 50 in the seaside, and we have seafood all year round. The biggest thing I would have to say, as far as, because I'm not a seafood guy, if you have pizza, that's all I need. I could sustain myself on pizza. I could live off of pizza. It's the food of the gods as far as I'm concerned. And I didn't discover it until I was out of high school. And it's probably a good thing because if I'd have discovered pizza before high school, I probably would have blown up to about 500 pounds in high school. I love pizza, man. And I typically I only get extra cheese. Once in a while, I'll get onion, but that's the only other topping. I've never done any of the exotic stuff. I don't get pepperoni. I don't get ham and pineapple or anything like that. I'm just a plain old extra cheese. I like it. I like my dough thick. I like it thick and chewy. I know a lot of folks like it thin and crispy. I mean, I like it thick and chewy, man. So I'll have to put that on the bucket list maybe to retire in Portugal. Oh. Geeky Puppet Show says it's behind you on my right. On my right. My right. Oh, Blue Beetle. This one. These are my action figures. This is the first one I got like in the 90s by DC Direct with Blue Beetle. And it's got his light gun and the thing that he hangs, the rope that he hangs down out of the beetle on. It comes with that. So I've often toyed with the idea of try to make a mock beetle bug, which was pretty cool to see in the movie, in the Blue Beetle movie, that they had the beetle. That was pretty cool. I marked out again when I saw that. That was pretty neat. And this right here is the latest one by McFarlane that they just put out within the last month or two. So yeah, I really Blue Beetle, man. Anything to do with, especially Charlton heroes, like the Question, Peacemaker now, Captain Atom. I usually will pick if I can afford it. I'll pick up an action figure of those Charlton characters. I do not speaking of that, there's the other one. I showed these last week, but here's the question. That's the question I remember. So, but I mean, I just I love those Charlton heroes. So any chance I get a chance to pick those up, I love it. Shannon showed one that he just got today, a set of 3. Comes with a Peacemaker, comes with a Judo Master, which is rare, and then the Vigilante from the Teen Titans in the 80s. So that's another thing I got to go find and pull the trigger on. So, Geeky Puppet Show, the Beetle thing. Hey, Gratu, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by, my friend. He says hello. And Geeky Puppet Show, so those are so cool. Borrow then to me. Lend them to you? Is that what you're saying? Them. There we go. All right, let's see here. I'm the same way with real Ghostbuster toys. I understand. Yeah. We all got our little niche that we love. Double A says, thanks for the detailed answer on the Blue Beetle. For the record, my favorite Charlton is Dr. Graves. Remember him? Yes, Dr. Graves. Absolutely. I think I have a few issues of him down in this box to my left, somewhere in there. So, absolutely. And Triple P, Plants Print. I can never say it. Plants Printed Periodicals 2 times in one day. Yeah, this is just a little short one. Doing a thank you for Rob Brown for AOK that he sent me with some great artwork that he's done on there. So if you get a chance, go back and definitely check the first part of this so you can see that. Right now, I'm going to show some comics that I picked up recently. There's not a whole lot of new stuff that I entertain myself with. I'm more into buying my Silver Age and my Bronze, and filling in stuff anywhere between there and now. Excuse me. But I picked up this Maestro #1. I did not have #1, so I'm glad that I got that. And it's got Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange. And who's that? The Abomination down there? Looks like it might be the Abomination. So, but I did not have #1. So I finally picked that up. And then I picked this up here. This is 2022 annual of Justice League, which I know I did not have. So I picked that up. And then these are new ones that just came out. I love this cover, man. And I don't know, I don't think it's Alex Ross because he's not listed anywhere on there, but it seems very much like an Alex Ross. It's the Immortal Thor, and it's #4. But I just love that cover. That is very cool. And then I picked up World's Finest, #21. Clash of Generations. Look at that. It's got the right up here. It's got the Superman from Kingdom Come. Yeah. I'm a sucker for anything to do with Kingdom Come too. I love that story. I really hope they make a movie of it, an animated movie. It would be, I think, although it would be incredible, I think it would be awesome to do a live action movie. I just don't know if they could ever do it justice, even with CGI. I mean, that is just such a great story. So much cool stuff in there. Seeing the aged heroes, like the Creeper and stuff like that. He's got losing all his green hair and stuff like that, and then showing the newer generation of heroes and everything. It would just be such a great movie. But I'll settle for even an animated one. That would be cool. Here we go with Incredible Hulk, my man, #6. Looks like he's mixing it up with Ghost Rider, a version of Ghost Rider, because I don't think my version of Ghost Rider, which is Johnny Blaze. I don't think he's the Ghost Rider anymore. And here we go with Image book by McFarlane. It's part of the Spawn family, and it's Gunslinger. I'm hanging in there. I don't know how much longer, but I'm hanging in there with it. And then, oh, this is a cool one. Danger Street. This is what, number 11? Yeah, book 11. I think it's only 12-issue series. So we got one more issue with that. Oh, look at this on the back. The Creeper. Look at that version. I need the helmet and you will give it to me. I wonder what helmet he's talking about. I wonder. Is it? Oh, I can't put it on with my glasses. That don't work. Look at that. Huh? That is so cool. Dr. Fate. I gotta sand this down, and then I gotta paint it. I got all the stuff that I need with which to do that. I just haven't made the time to do it. But I'm gonna sand it down, and then I'm gonna paint it metallic gold. So that'll be cool. Let's see, what else did I pick up here? All right, I picked up the latest issue, number 2 of Justice League versus Godzilla and King Kong. I've really been into the Godzilla movies, the recent Godzilla movies, and the King Kong and Godzilla versus King Kong and all that. I've really been into those movies lately. So I said, yeah, I'll pick this up and see what it is. So far, it's not bad. Not bad. And then I picked these two up, but they were the second issue. So now I've got to go hunt down first issues of both of these series. This one right here is Jay Garrick, The Flash. And I love the fact that, look, they put like a little emblem here symbolizing that it's a part of the Justice Society of America family of books. I love it. So that is very cool. I'm anxious to read this. I didn't even know anything about this coming out. So I'm curious to see what it's going to be about. I mean, there you go. Right inside, first page. There we go. We got some JSA action right there. So I'm anxious to read that. And this one right here is Wesley Dodd, Sandman, number 2, which I didn't know about. And it's, or if I did, I forgot. So, I mean, again, it's part of the JSA family. I love it. I really hope, I really hope that they do it justice and keep true to the characters. I know some of them, they've already changed or whatnot, but keep the rest of them as true as possible to them. And I think you'd see you'd have a hit on your hands, And I take that back. I only need to get issue number 1 of the Sandman because I forgot that the owner of the store went and dug up issue number 1 of Jay Garrick, The Flash. So that's how bad my memory is. I couldn't even remember that from 2-3 days ago. So yeah, I'm anxious to sit down and read those. So some pretty neat stuff. And then I picked this up at the mall the other day, and I picked it up because it is a Charlton character, even though this iteration is not the one that I'm familiar with. It's part of the Peacemaker TV series or cable series with John Cena, and it's Judo Master. So, but he's in a green outfit, and I know he's kind of a humorous character, I believe, on the show, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen a whole lot of episodes. I've only seen like 1 or 2. But I said, Judo Master, I got to pick it up. I got to pick it up, even though it's not the same Judo Master I remember. It is a version of the Judo Master. So, and these are the other guys. I have the Peacemaker one with the Eagly. I don't think I'll be getting the diaper one. No need for that. Won't be getting the Vigilante one. I got the Judo Master. And I have not seen the Eagly one. I might pick that up just as a quirky little thing. I don't know. But because I this is not a rabbit hole that I have full-fledged dove into. So I'm trying to maintain a respectable distance from going down that hole. But when I see something like that, I'll pick it up. And the other thing is if I pick up any if I see any Hanna-Barbera superhero uh, Funko Pops, I'm a sucker for those. I recently, I think, picked up this right here, which was Frankenstein Jr. I think I showed it before. It comes with a little character, a little character of Frankenstein Jr. I mean, this guy hasn't been in a first run TV series since 1968, I think it is, and yet they still make merch with him, merchandise. I love it. I love it. And any chance, if I can afford it, there's one. They have a bank like Funko Pop many moons ago put out I believe it was Funko, put out a bank that was like a pretty tall bank. I'd love to get one of those, but those are it's just too expensive now. It's blown up and it's just way too expensive. I'll never be able to afford it. But anything reasonable, I thought this was pretty cool. They have a Green Hornet one that I'm looking to find too, So, all right, let's jump back in. Let's see. Okay, got that. Dr. Graves. And yes, Triple P. And he says, I'm enjoying that new Incredible Hulk series a lot. It's a new Ghost Rider. Yeah, I figured it was because I don't know as Johnny Blaze has been the Ghost Rider for a while now. I think they swapped him out for somebody else a long time ago. But I still enjoy those early Ghost Rider Marvel Spotlight stories and the early issues of his first series. I really enjoyed that character. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, whoo, for a minute there, I thought my fate was sealed. That's it. Oh, me and the bucket head right there. I couldn't pass that up. I saw that on Etsy, and they also make a Daredevil one with the horns. And man, I'm thinking hard about getting that Daredevil one next because that is pretty cool. And it was like $30. It's like, okay, that I would have expected something like that to be like $100, but no, it was pretty cool. People with 3D printers, they print them up. I don't know how they design them to make them print up that way. Kudos to you, because that's cool. You got me. Triple P says each Danger Street issue coincides with the first issue special from the 70s. Yes, that whole run. They're having everybody in that series in that Danger Street series. Absolutely. Which makes it really interesting because I don't have all the issues of that first issue special series. I picked up the ones that I like Metamorpho and the Creeper and a couple other ones, plus the first issue. I picked up a few of those. So anytime Creeper's in it, Metamorpho's in it, I'm there. I love those characters, those second banana, third banana characters. I love them. Eric Breen, hey, Professor, thank you. Welcome back. He says, looks like Jackson. Jackson says, not handsome enough. There you go. Fair. It's a fair cop, he says. The Jackson Roykirk says, looks like Eric Breen. Too handsome. And Hippie's chuckling at it all, too. There we go. Yeah, we're all having a good laugh. Oh my gosh, too fun, too much fun, man. So, but yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I got to share with you. I want to thank you guys for hanging in there, putting up with me for another whatever it's been, an hour, a little over an hour, I guess. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me and keep me on track here. And I really want to thank Rob Brown, for his AOK and his generosity and kindness. Thank you so much, Rob. I greatly appreciate it, sir. I look forward to reading those I love those Universal monsters, as I said. So I'm looking forward to it, man. So. All right, gang. Unless you guys got anything else. Hey, I forgot to mention this morning on the show, but if you guys, if there's something you'd like to see, um, to see us do, or a theme or something like that for the show, don't be afraid to bring it up to us, because we'd love to have ideas, because Shannon and I, sometimes we'll just be like, I don't know, what do you want to do this one? Well, okay, we'll just show some more books, type of thing, and that's fine. We don't mind doing that either, because we just love sharing the comic books and the memories, but if you guys have something that you would like to see, I want to see your series of Rima, the Jungle Queen. I've only got like 3 of them, 3 out of the 6, I think it is. But let us know, because I'm sure we'll dig them out and we'll share them with you. So let's see. Jackson Roykirk says, great work from Rob. Congrats, Rob. Thank you very much. And yeah, he does some tremendous work, man. He really does. If you didn't get a chance to see it at the very beginning, please go back and check out the top of the show, where I show what he sent me, and it's all pieces of work that he's done. Tremendous stuff. Great cover work. Unbelievable stuff, man. Eric Breen, are you reading with us tomorrow? Yes, sir, I am. Tomorrow night, I will be there. At least, I will commit right now, at least for the first one. I don't know about the second one. We'll see how it goes. But yes, I am committed right now. You have me on tape, on video, saying, yes, I will be there Sunday night, 8:15 on the Geeky Puppet Show channel. If you're out and about, looking for something to watch, definitely tune in 8:15 Eastern Standard Time to the Geeky Puppet Show, where they'll do a reading of a comic book, and once in a while they let me participate. Because believe me, if you saw after I perform on the thing, I'm horrible. I just don't have I don't have the not the looseness, I guess, of doing it. I feel like, when I'm doing it, I got to make sure I hit my lines, and I got to say them with a superhero type voice, type of thing. Except when I do droopy, and then I don't mind. Jackson Roykirk says, anything ape related. I know what Shannon would show, but I like to see anything you have with apes. I'd have to dig through. I know I've got, I think I got a Monster Times that's got some apes. I have a variant cover of Green Lantern and Planet of the Apes, where it's got the go-go checks, and it's a homage to a cover, I can't remember the number, where Sinestro and Hal Jordan are putting their rings, getting ready to fight over the power battery. Those are the 2 that come right to mind. So Eric Breen gives us the thumbs up. Yeah. Yes, sir. I will be there. And Hippie, Droopy Dog. Yes, sir. Droopy Dog. I don't know. Has Hanna-Barbera put out a DVD or several DVDs of all those classic cartoons that they used to do, like Lippy the Lion and Hardy Har Har, Wally Gator, all those ones, Magilla Gorilla. I know some of the more popular ones they probably did, but I wondered if all those other little ones, if they did those, because I used to love watching those. That opened up a whole new world to me when we went and visited some friends and they had a rotating antenna and they put those on, and I'm like, I never seen these cartoons before. Oh, Double A says, speaking of apes, how about Kongorilla? The human could transfer his mind into the body of an ape. Remember him? I remember him. I don't believe I have any comics from his time, from the time he was on the racks. I might. I know I've got more modern stuff with him, like Secret Origins. I think they did a Secret Origins story with him in it, and I think he was in, I think, the Forgotten Heroes storyline in Action Comics, if I'm not mistaken, back in might have been the 90s. So yeah, I remember Kongorilla. Hippies Collectibles, if not on DVD, might be on YouTube. Yeah, I know. I just would love to have them, and own them, so I could watch them anytime and not worry about, you know, somebody else being in control of them. So, but absolutely, I gotta hunt that down. I still got to get some of the Hanna-Barbera superhero ones. I have most of them, but I think I need Young Samson and Goliath, and there was one other one, Herculoids, I think, are the two. I think I've got Shazam, Mytor, definitely got Mytor and Space Ghost, you know. Plus there was some other ones that I just love watching cartoons, man, because every time I'm watching cartoons, especially those cartoons, those vintage cartoons, it just reminds me of what Saturday mornings used to be when you were a kid. They were a sacred time, man, where you got up, you could count on the sun coming up, you could count on death and taxes, and you could count on cartoons on Saturday morning, man. So pull out a bowl of cereal, crisp cereal for me, and I used to love watching them, and it was just such a wonderful, magical time in my childhood, and I get at a loss for words. I'm gonna get all misty eyed over this thing here. I just love watching those cartoons, and it puts me right back when I'm watching them. I'm like 6 years, 7 years old, maybe. In mentally, that's where I'm at. And I'm just in heaven watching those things. Hippie says, just checked eBay. They have them. Oh, cool. Thank you, Tom. I'm definitely going to be checking them out because I will be hunting those down. I just, it's something that I never, because I'm such a big superhero fan. So when I think of Hanna-Barbera, 67, 68, 66, 67, 68, those years come to mind. And I think of all those great superhero ones, Johnny Quest and all those things. But these other ones, I forget, and I don't give them their just due, but they are just as important to me in my childhood because I had never seen them before, and it just opened up a whole new cartoon world to me. I love them. The professor says, and now we're on the precipice of our second childhood. Time for more cartoons. I'm with you. I mean, I can't get enough cartoons. I love them. There's, I even like SpongeBob. It's one of the more modern ones, but it works on two different levels. Works on a couple, probably 3 or 4 different levels, but it works on 2 different levels, and I just enjoyed that. You know, and of course all those superhero ones, the Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, those Avengers ones, the first group of Avenger ones, the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I really enjoyed those. The second set of Avengers, was okay. I enjoyed those as well, but not as much as that first group, the Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I really enjoyed those stories, the animation, and the X-Men cartoons. Yeah, Silver Surfer cartoon. You know, great stuff. Great stuff. Fantastic Fours. All the generations of Fantastic Fours. I love that stuff. You know, so all right, now I'm just running off at the mouth. So I'm sure you guys are tired of seeing this ugly kisser on your screen. So let's see. Jackson Roykirk says, "Thanks for mentioning that, Eric. I'm sure you remember your second childhood from so long ago." Relentless, relentless. Oh my gosh. Well, all right. Well, thank you all very much for tuning in, hanging out with me for the last hour plus. I appreciate it. Sharing my stuff with me, and sharing my appreciation for Rob Brown and his humble, wonderful gift. AOK. Thank you once again, Rob. Really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys once again next Saturday morning. Same bat time, same bat channel in the morning for us. And let's see, we got a few more late entries here. Eric says, "I'm waiting for the memory loss to kick in so I can forget you." Oh man, oh man. Congrats, buddy. Very nice. Well, thank you very much, Rob. I appreciate that, G-Man. Absolutely. Thank you so much for stopping by. And Jackson Roykirk, he's laughing about that one. Okay, you even got Jackson with that one, Eric. So your job here is done. All right, gang. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go get me some pizza. I'm gonna watch me some Survivor Series and enjoy the rest of Saturday night. You guys do the same. Have a great weekend, a great week. Don't forget to tune in to Micah's Graphic Man channel Wednesday night, 8 p.m. For Four Color Fossils. Definitely check that out. And don't forget to stop by the Geeky Puppet Show on Friday night and Sunday night for at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time for their readings. They do 2 readings every show. So it'll be 8:15 and then about 9:30 for the second one. So definitely check those out. And we will see all of you guys back together again next Saturday morning. God willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll see you there. Everybody, thank you once again. Take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. Adios, folks.